The ability to empathize with those around you is a uniquely human ability. Unfortunately, empathy often gets confused with sympathy. Sympathy is the act of feeling compassion and sorrow for another person's situation. Their plight causes you to have feelings of your own about what they're going through, but you have no real understanding or insight about how they feel. Furthermore, sympathy isn't limited to one person. You can be sympathetic to whole groups of people, and even to things that are non-tangible, like causes or movements. My name is Ronika Jacobs, and you have found my podcast, Strive for More, The Best Life Now. While there are hundreds of thousands of podcasts out there, you have chosen to listen to this one. And so for that, I would like to say thank you. And without any further delay, let's get to it. Let's strive for more. This is episode 112, Inner Circle Power, Empathy. So another category of traits that your inner circle should have is empathy. Empathy is much more personal than sympathy. When you experience empathy, you are stepping into the emotional shoes of the other person. You could feel what they are feeling, and because of this, are able to gain insight into how the situation is affecting them. Empathy is a much more powerful experience than sympathy, because a person with empathy is able to experience the situation at hand from your viewpoint. They are much more likely to identify with you. So a few traits that are involved in empathy are the following 4. Number 1, caring. Caring is a part of the empathy inner circle traits that must be present in order for real friendship to occur. It is a necessity that the members of your inner circle care about you, and at the same time, it is essential that you care about them. As you've probably already realized, an inner circle is only as strong and powerful as its weakest member. That's why it's so important for you to exhibit the same traits that you are looking for in others. To be truly successful as a person, you can only expect to receive the things that you are already giving to others. Number 2, acceptance. When you care about someone, you accept them for who they are. You understand that they are human and are subject to mistakes and errors. You realize that they are not perfect, just as you are not perfect. You know that we are all flawed in one way or another, and it is only when we accept those flaws that we can make a connection. Real and supportive friends are not judgmental. They are not critical. They take a person as they found them. If only in this type of complimentary and non-disparaging environment that the type of friendships that make up a strong inner circle can form. Number 3, attentiveness. A strong inner circle is comprised of individuals who are connected and invested in each other. The only way to develop this type of connection is by being attentive to each other. Being a good listener is a critical trait for any group of friends. All too often, you will find that in any given group of friends, there are people who are only interested in talking about themselves. This is a destructive tendency. All good inner circles are built upon balance. There has to be room for everyone at the table. Everyone has to have the ability to be what is known as an active listener. Active listeners don't just sit and absorb what someone else is saying. Instead, they listen and react to what's being said. They ask for clarification. They look for details. And if appropriate, they offer advice. They're invested and involved, and that matters. The fourth trait is support. Listening is one thing, so is empathizing. However, to be truly caring, you also have to be supportive. Being supportive implies that you are active. You are not passive in the face of a friend's triumphs or their tragedies. Also, it is easier for some people to offer their support when something bad happens than it is when something positive happens. This type of behavior is not true support. A true supportive friend does not begrudge or envy the success of another friend. They are happy for them, and they show support for that success as well as they do for a failure. When you're in your circle of friends, please remember that in order for you to have empathy within your given circle, you have to have these 4 traits. The circle has to be caring, accepting, attentive, and supportive. My name is Ronika Jacobs, and this is episode 112 of the Best Life Now, or Strive for More, Your Best Life Now. If you just liked what you heard, please like or comment or share this episode and my podcast. I really appreciate it. If you are interested in finding out more information or interested in getting some personal coaching from me, you may contact me at rjacobs@striveforleadership.com. That's rjacobs@striveforleadership.com. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.